They say the forest becomes alive after midnight, not with the sounds of animals rustling in the undergrowth, but with whispers carried on the cold night air. Deep within the quietest parts of the jungle, in the skeletal frames of old wooden houses abandoned to time, and along the dark, unlit village paths where even moonlight fears to tread, something ancient and unseen stirs. This is the domain of a spirit that doesn't need to show itself, because its presence is felt in a far more intimate and terrifying way. It is a ghost that hides not in plain sight, but in the spaces just beyond your perception, behind the gnarled trunks of ancient trees, within the deepest shadows that cling to the corners of your vision, and in that cold, empty space right behind your neck. This is the realm of the whisper ghost. It doesn't need claws or fangs, nor does it need a horrifying form to invoke terror. It waits patiently in the oppressive silence, cloaked by the darkness and the profound stillness of the night. It observes you from its unseen perch, biding its time, knowing that the most effective way to shatter your composure is not with a scream, but with a sound so soft, so personal, it feels like a violation of your very thoughts. And when it finally decides it wants your attention, when the quiet becomes too comfortable for its liking, you will hear it. There will be no mistaking it. It begins subtly, almost a faint breath, like a gentle puff of air against your skin, so slight you might dismiss it as a trick of the wind or a figment of your overactive imagination. But then comes the sound, a soft voice, impossibly close, yet seemingly coming from nowhere at all. It is a murmur, a hushed utterance that curls around the shell of your ear with an unnerving intimacy. It speaks your own name, enunciated slowly, deliberately, each syllable drawn out as if savoring the taste of the word. It is a sound that bypasses the ears and seems to resonate directly within the skull, a private message delivered from the abyss. The voice is right there, beside your ear, as if someone is standing just inches away, their lips almost touching your skin. The villagers who have lived under the shadow of this legend for generations pass down a single, solemn warning, a rule that must never be broken. You must never, ever answer it. No matter how familiar the voice sounds, no matter how tempting it is to turn and confront the source, you must remain silent. To respond, to acknowledge the whisper, is to extend an invitation. If you so much as utter a word in reply, the ghost will latch onto you. It will follow you home, an invisible companion tethered to your soul, whispering its chilling litany again and again, day and night, until the constant, insidious sound begins to erode the very foundations of your mind, chipping away at your sanity until there is nothing left but a hollow, quivering wreck. The whisper will become the only sound you can hear, drowning out the world until your mind begins to break. The true horror of the whisper ghost lies in its elusiveness. It rarely, if ever, reveals its true form. Those who've encountered it and lived to tell the tale speak not of a monster, but of an overwhelming sensation, a presence that is felt more than it is seen. It manifests as a fleeting anomaly, a distortion in the fabric of reality. Some describe it as a deeper patch of darkness, a shadow moving where no object could have cast it, flitting briefly at the edge of their vision before vanishing completely. Others recall a faint, almost translucent silhouette, a human-like shape that shimmers for a mere second in the dim, flickering lantern light before dissolving back into the oppressive gloom of the forest. Most, however, report seeing nothing at all. They only feel. They swear they felt a sudden, inexplicable warmth on their skin, like the humid exhalation of breath caressing their neck or cheek, a deeply personal and invasive contact from an unseen entity. The nature of its whispers is also a subject of debate and fear among those who believe. There are tales passed down through generations where the whisper acted as a guardian. Some say the soft voice warned them of imminent danger, of venomous snake hidden in the path, a weak branch about to snap overhead, or the presence of bandits lying in wait. In these stories, the ghost is a benevolent, even settling protector of the innocent. But these accounts are few and far between. A darker, more prevalent belief persists. A few survivors, their eyes wide with a terror that never truly leaves them, insist that the whisper wasn't a warning at all. It was a lure. It was a siren's call beckoning them to step off the path, to venture deeper into the suffocating darkness of the trees, to come closer to the source of the sound, to a place from which they might never return. It was calling them closer, not to save them, but to claim them. As the last rays of sunlight retreat from the sky and an eerie, thick fog rolls in from the surrounding jungle, blanketing the village in a shroud of gray, the world transforms. The familiar shapes of trees and houses become monstrous silhouettes in the encroaching twilight. A lone figure walks down a deserted path, their way lit only by the weak. trembling glow of a single dim lantern that does little more than illuminate the swirling mist immediately around them. The silence is absolute, broken only by the crunch of their own footsteps and the frantic beating of their heart. The air grows cold, and the night feels heavy, charged with a suspenseful, waiting energy. Every snap of a twig, every rustle of a leaf, sends a jolt of fear through their body. The slow, sweeping gaze of the camera pans across the dense, dark trees that line the path, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching out from the gloom. For a split second, a shadow, darker than the surrounding night, detaches itself from a tree trunk and moves with unnatural speed in the background, gone before the mind can fully register what it has seen. A faint, almost inaudible whisper seems to ride the air, a sound effect so subtle it could be mistaken for the wind. The figure freezes, their head tilted slightly. A close-up shot focuses on their ear, every detail sharp and clear against the blurry, dark background. The whisper comes again, clearer this time, a chilling, intimate sound right next to the microphone. As if the speaker is in the room with the viewer, a name is spoken. The screen cuts abruptly to complete, suffocating darkness. For one terrifying second, the ghostly silhouette of the Whisper Ghost flashes on the screen, a tall, slender form made of shadow and mist before vanishing. The blackness returns, and out of the oppressive silence, a final, clear whisper echoes directly into your ear. Do you hear it?